Here's Jeopardy!
Welcome back to the final day of VTV Jeopardy. Pressure is on, the stakes are high. We have 3 returning champions today who are vying for real cash money. The winner takes it all today. Well, let's see who our panel is. They're all returning champions. Please welcome from left to right, Brendan Sims, Mr. Miller, and Anaya Mutri. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Start with Brandon.
Still a senior, still in band, and I hope I win this.
Okay, we hope, well, I'm not going to say we hope you do. I don't want to be biased. Brendan is returning with the most points scored in our Jeopardy season so far, so we'll see how he does today. Mr. Miller, how about yourself?
Again, I'm a Spanish teacher. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and I am a huge Cardinals fan, even though they were not very good this year.
Yeah, this was the first year in over 2 decades that the Yankees or those Red Sox did not make the playoffs.
Wow.
Believe it or not. 2 decades.
That should have been a Jeopardy question.
There you go. Maybe it will be. Thanks for being here. Anaya, talk to us.
I am also still a sophomore, and I'm in choir.
And she's in choir, and she's a returning champion after winning last week to get here. So we've got 3 contestants. They're all ready to play. Let's take a look at the board and see what our categories will be. All right, the board is scrambling up, and here we go. Category number 1, desert-like. Things you might find in a desert. 80s icons. Things from the 1980s. We're looking in category number 3, presidents. Presidents. In category number 4, Halloween favorites. We're getting close to Halloween. Everything dealing with Halloween. Inventors. I don't know if those are sighs of relief or not, but a lot of grunts over there. And finally, food and drink. Mr. Miller, you are our only teacher out there. You get to have control of the board and start things off.
I will start with 80s icons for 200, please.
For 200. With appearances in Rocky III and the A-Team, this mean-talking dude was popular. Mr. Miller.
Who is Mr. T?
That is correct.
80s icons for 400.
For 400. Her Like a Virgin album set the stage for artists to push the edge of music. Mr. Miller.
Who is Madonna?
Madonna is correct.
80s icons for 600.
600. His comedy on Saturday Night Live led to huge movie hits. Brendan.
Who is Eddie Murphy?
That is correct. Your board.
80s 800.
800. His breakout on Back to the Future set the stage for his career. Mr. Miller.
Who is Michael J. Fox?
That is correct.
And we'll close it out for 1,000.
For 1,000. Her influence on fashion on a worldwide level will always be remembered. Brendan.
Who is Princess Diana?
That is correct. Good board from everybody to start things off.
Let's do food and drink for 200.
Food and drink for 200. This iconic sandwich was introduced in 1968 by McDonald's. Brendan.
What is the Big Mac?
Big Mac is correct.
Food and drink 400.
400. It's the number of spices and herbs found in the original KFC recipe. Brendan.
What is 8?
That is incorrect. And Mr. Miller.
What is 7?
That is also incorrect. Both for 400. Any guesses, Anaya? No, the correct answer, 11. 11 herbs and spices. Brendan, still your board.
Food and drink 600.
600. This fast food chain is credited with creating the first ever drive-through window. Time's up there. Wendy's. Wendy's had the first drive-through menu. Still yours?
800.
800.
Yeah.
7-Eleven is known for this huge drink, which consists of 32 ounces of drinking pleasure. Anaya.
What is a slushie?
That is incorrect for 800. Brendan.
What is the Big Gulp?
The Big Gulp is correct, yes.
Finish it out for 1,000.
1,000. It's the process of putting the bubbles in a can of soda. Anaya.
What is carbonization?
That is correct, yes. Back on the board, and you have control of the board.
May I have presidents for 200?
Presidents. Was the president during the attack of 9/11? Anaya.
Who is George Bush?
That is correct.
May I have presidents for 400?
400. He was the president when Osama bin Laden was found and killed. Mr. Miller.
Who was Barack Obama?
That is correct.
600 presidents.
Presidents for 600. He survived an assassination attempt in 1981 while he was president. Brendan.
Who was Ronald Reagan?
That is correct.
President's 800.
For 800. Had to resign as a president when the infamous Watergate took place. Mr. Miller.
Who was Richard Nixon?
That is correct.
And we'll finish it off for 1,000.
For 1,000. This president decided to use the atomic bomb on Hiroshima during World War II. And nobody's going to take a guess on that one. Harry S. Truman would have been the correct answer. Still your board, Mr. Miller.
I will go with desert-like for 200, please.
For 200. This even-toed ungulate is best known for its humps on its back. Mr. Miller.
What is a camel?
That is correct.
400, desert-like?
Desert-like. It's a spiny plant that needs little water to survive. Brendan.
What is a cactus?
A cactus is correct.
Desert 600.
This predatory arachnid has 8 legs and is easily recognized by a pair of grasping pinchers and a narrow segmented tail. Brendan.
What is a scorpion?
A scorpion is correct, yes.
Desert like 800.
800. When it comes to hot and dry deserts, this one is considered the biggest desert in the world. Brendan.
Was the Sahara Desert?
Correct.
Desert like 1,000.
4,000. Often called the hottest place on Earth, its average temperature reaches 115 degrees and is in California. Anaya.
What is Death Valley?
That is correct.
May I have Halloween favorites for 200?
For 200. This triangular orange treat is known during Halloween season for its harvesting qualities. Anaya.
What is candy corn?
Candy corn.
May I have Halloween favorites for 400?
It's the first and last name of the killer in the iconic movie Halloween. Mr. Miller.
Who was Michael Myers?
That is correct.
Halloween favorite, 600.
And you have reached the daily double.
I'll do 800.
800. This question is for you and only you for 800. This Disney movie featured Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker as sister witches who are freed from a spell to wreak havoc.
What is Hocus Pocus?
Hocus Pocus is correct, yes, for the 800 points and daily double, and you stay in control of the board.
I'll stick with Halloween favorites for 800.
800. This Marvel character became the second most popular Halloween costume of 2022. Time is up there. Spider-Man. Spider-Man quickly became a very favorite costume. Still yours, Mr. Miller.
We'll finish it off for 1,000.
For 1,000. When Halloween began, kids had to dance to get candy. Now they simply say this. Brendan.
What is trick or treat?
Trick or treat is correct. One category to go.
All right, inventors 200.
200. He left his mark when he invented the phonograph in 1877. Mr. Miller.
Who is Alexander Bell?
That is incorrect. Anybody else? Time is up. Looking for Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison. Still yours, Brendan?
400.
400. These two brothers are known for inventing the first airplane in 1905. Mr. Miller.
Who are the Wright brothers?
The Wright brothers is correct.
600.
600. Willis Haviland Carrier invented what most people can't live without on a hot, steamy day. Anaya.
What is air conditioning?
Air conditioning is correct.
May I have inventors for 800?
800. With this vice president claimed he invented the internet, which was actually invented by Tim Berners-Lee. Mr. Miller.
Who is Al Gore?
Al Gore is correct, and we go into the final question, inventors for 1,000. E equals mc squared is the equation thought up by this mastermind of the 19th century. Anaya.
Who is Albert Einstein?
Albert Einstein is correct, so that clears off the board. Let's take a look at the scores and what you've
I
earned.
don't even want to know.
A very, very tight game for the championship, exactly how it should be as we go into the final Jeopardy round. The category, here is the category for Final Jeopardy, the periodic table. The periodic table is the final Jeopardy category. Wager how many points you would like to wager in this final question. It'll all come down to the wagering, and if you get the question right, to see who is going to be the champion in our first ever VTV Jeopardy Championship.
Marker doesn't work very well.
All right, everybody's got their bets down for the periodic table. It's now time to take a look at the final Jeopardy question, and here it goes. In the category of the periodic table, your answer. This element with the symbol Pu was the element needed to make time travel possible in Back to the Future. Think about it, make sure you're covering up your answers, and good luck. All right, everybody has finished up their answers to this question. This element with the symbol Pu was the element needed to make time travel possible in Back to the Future. The least amount of points was Anaya. We'll start with you. You had 3,200 points. Your answer?
I said plutonium for
Plutonium is correct. And you wagered, well, you can't wager 6,000. You only had 3,200.
Can I wager 3,200?
Okay, so I assume that you were trying to get as much as you could. So good job there. That'll take you to 6,400. Mr. Miller, you were next. You said,
What is radium?
radium is incorrect. You wagered 2,000 points. Okay, so that will take you down to 2,600 points. So it all comes down to Brendan. What did you say?
Plutonium.
Plutonium. And you wagered how much?
100.
100. So that'll take you up to 5,800 points, which means the final Jeopardy champion will be Anaya Mutri. Congratulations, Anaya. It was some great work in the final Jeopardy. It all came down to the bet, and that's what did it for you. So congratulations. She will be our first winner, and she takes home a large cash prize. We appreciate all of our players that played throughout the entire semester, and we'll get ready for our next game, which will be is Pictionary. So get your groups together and make sure you're signed up on the Google Classroom announcements page. We'll be looking for groups to get that started next week. Again, thanks to our panel. Thanks for everybody for watching. This is VTV Jeopardy.